this time we're going to do a reading on a dog. And in the other part in the part where it goes a boy and his dog, that we were talking about the boy. Okay, now we talk about the dog. But this could be about any pet, whether it's a bird or horse or any kind of animal, right? Because they do have feelings. And I love the way that the American Indians look at all animals as our brothers, and we are our brother's keeper. They are they have feelings, and they have thoughts, and they have a body, they have a spirit, right? So what you want to do is download this page, and so that you can just follow along. When you take the class, then you'll also learn how to fill it in and all that. But just basically, you're just going to fill it in so that you can remind yourself what's going on. So what we're doing here is this, what about how a dog would feel? And this is about this dog's relationship to the owner. So we come in here, and I see we come into the reading with the Ace of Swords. All right, so the Ace of Swords, very decisive. Right, so right away I get a feeling of like, wow, here's a very decisive dog. Can make up his mind about what he wants and how he's going to do things, and it's almost like as if he's kind of the alpha here. Let's see. Okay, let's look at the foundation. Oh, the Tower. Well, what could that mean, right? Well, the Tower has a lot to do with, well, I made up my mind about something and there were consequences. So the Tower, very much like, oop, I didn't expect that, because there's something that happened beyond his control, and it just kind of turned out the way it did. So when it comes to reading for animals, we got to consider that they're probably not going to be as deep as let's say, a human might perceive reality. For a human, this could be, oh, I made up my mind about something and I have destroyed something in the process, or that I've done something that has totally changed the course of my life, and now it's going to be a super challenge, but I'm really glad it happened. Well, that would be for a human, right? Because we understand what it's like when we make up our minds and we have actually just gone and said, yeah, this is this really created some changes in my life. But this is a dog, right? And so this is a different kind of a reaction, but it still has that shock factor. Now, what I'm seeing here, because of the chariot involved here, plus the Ace of Swords, we're looking at a very determined kind of personality here. I conquer, because that's what the chariot is about. Major arcana, big movement going on inside. I'm going to do what I want to do and how it's going to happen, and I'm going to make it happen. And that is what the chariot is about. If a human were to pull this one and they were fighting with cancer or some life-threatening situation, they will succeed. Okay, they're going to make it one way or the other. But in this case, we're talking about a dog, and we're looking at a very determined, I make up my mind and I do things, and oops, that didn't work out. Okay, I'm going to go at it again, and I'm really happy, right? Because the wish card comes up. So I think simplistically, a kind of like a very honest, kind of a straight up kind of experience of the cards. And not take it super intellectually, like profound, like, oh, I'm feeling really satisfied now that I have what I want. Well, a dog is not going to think like that. It's probably going to feel like, I'm happy. I like what I have. All right, the intuition. Now with this dog, okay, he is full of ideas. Just oh yeah, I think I'll go over here and chase a pig, or I'll go over here and jump over the hill, or I'm going to go chasing that, or I'm going to be doing this, and I have all these ideas, and I'm going to make up my mind, and I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to do everything that I can, because I just like going and doing what I want to do. And then sometimes there's an oops. Like, oh, that didn't turn out real well. Okay, so since something happened where he decided to do something, had an idea, and it didn't turn out, and now he's got to work harder at dealing with it, but he's still a very happy dog. So let's see what's going on in the mind of the dog. Okay, well, the mind of the dog is saying, well, conflict, okay, if I did this, but then they want that, and I want this. Because here's a very determined kind of energy here. Oh, well, now I'm in conflict, but I'm home. Actually, I feel very safe, very comfortable, right? So these are thinking positions on the chart. Well, let's take a look at the feeling stuff. Feeling, oh, very, okay. Take my time, take it one step at a time. Okay, these two are very calm cards. They're like kind of calculating. So I'm seeing a determined, calculating, kind of a take my time. I'm going to figure this one out. I'm going to do everything I can. The last thing I decided didn't quite turn out as well as I think, like I had thought. So now I'm in conflict about it. But actually, I'm feeling pretty safe. I'm feeling at home. So what does this dog want? Action, move, keep going, right? Because that's the Eight of Wands, run and jump and play and freedom and all that. What does he need to master? Well, just have fun. Because this is a very fun card. This is like being happy. Three people celebrating, right? It's a happiness card. This is a party card. Okay, so this is mastery. Have fun. This is actually a very interesting reading because this dog is a very determined kind of energy, very determined spirit. And so having fun is to lighten up because he's very focused. He wants what he wants and in conflict with, okay, you want that? Well, I want this, right? So, I'm going to figure out a way to get it. This is very cute. So what is the karmic lesson here? Well, it's kind of interesting that it is the moon, right? Karmic lesson right here. We pay attention to that because, especially as humans, we tend to need to look at that because we're looking at the bigger picture of what is the ongoing lesson that we're having to deal with. But with a dog, it's like saying, okay, what do you have to learn? You got to learn more about fear. Like maybe there are some things that you don't know about that might be happening out there, and since you're so decisive, go for it. I want to just jump and run and go for it and have fun and stuff. The moon has to do with being conscious about that which we don't see right away, that are hidden from us. And so this is his karmic lesson, is to maybe pay a little closer attention to, really checking out, like listening for some things that made this very decisive kind of personality may have a tendency to run headlong into something that could lead to the tower, which is, whoops, that didn't work. Well, maybe we can be a little more clever because in this case, this is a very sharp dog. Spirit. Okay, the spirit is just saying, just keep going. Just keep going. Follow your lead and just keep moving. All right. Physical body. Okay, this has to do with the health, actually. Many times this comes in as the health of the dog. So if you have some of these very difficult cards in here, it could be a nervous problem, but it could also be a physical problem. Like if the moon was here, that could mean that, because that's the physical body part, the nervous system, right? Because many times our emotions have a lot to do with how our body feels, even in animals, right? So, but we want to look at this position to see, is there something up? And with the star, it's saying, no, there's nothing going on. There's nothing physically happening here that could indicate a problem. All right, recent past. Well, that fits the tower. So there must have been something that happened in the recent past where it went, uh-oh, got to figure out how to work this. But, there's still a lot of contentment in this reading. With the devil in the present position, that is having to hold ourselves back somehow and not have to be as free as they might like to be. Now, in a human reading, this could mean that I limit myself according to a job, or that I'm cutting back on something so that I can get what I want. But in relationship to a dog, we have to think more in dog terms. And that could mean, okay, if I'm going to get what I want, I've got to do this. And I'll have to modify my decisions to be able to get what I want. So how does he feel about himself? Well, the Seven of Wands, okay, this guy is standing on top of a hill and goes and says, I'm the king. I know what I want. This is how it is, no matter how much opposition comes, but I'm going to win. We can feel this is a very winning kind of attitude on this dog's part. Yeah, I want to go for what I want, and I stand up for what I believe in, and I will make up my mind. And okay, so it didn't work out so well, but I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to figure out a way that I'm going to do this. All right. So this is the owner. Owner goes and says, I've got to do something about this. So maybe this dog did something that went oops, and the owner is going, I've got to figure out what I've got to do about this. All right, so the dog, this is the dog, Seven of Wands, okay, because this reading is about the dog, and this is about the owner. And so the owner, looking at the dog, can see that this dog is into juggling. Well, maybe if I did this, I can get what I want. Maybe if I did that, I can get what I want. And finding a way to work it, okay? This is a very, very smart dog. In the future, King of Swords. Wow, King of Swords means more conflict in the sense of, what am I going to do? Very calculating. This dog is very, very calculating. You know how sometimes you can look at an animal and go, what is it thinking? I would be doing something like that with this one. So we come out of the reading with the Lovers. Lovers has to do with making choices. So here we have conflict, a decision to be made. You know, last thing didn't work. I'm going to conquer. I'm going to get what I want. I want to do what I want to do. I want to have fun at it. But the owner is saying, but maybe we want you to be a little more careful than that. But we're looking at it from the dog's point of view. And in the future, it's going to be like, okay, now what am I going to do? So maybe there's going to be some discipline coming down. It's really fun to read for pets. It's also fun to read for people. So this is how this dog is feeling right now about something that happened recently that even in with the boy and his dog, the boy part, you could see that there was something that happened that was a disappointment of some sort. But in this case, I see a very determined spirit here who's in perfect health, very much at home, happy and content, just wants to be more free, very determined, very decisive. And we just have to understand that this is the kind of dog that we're dealing with, like any kind of relationship. All right, so download the chart so you can keep up with the other readings and practice, okay? Just keep on practicing. See you next time.